Good morning. All right. Let's get started this morning. Yoga 1. Connecting the breath and the movement. Okay. So that's the biggest thing when we're doing yoga, is that you're just in tune with your breath, which is the state of your energy. And when you inhale, for the majority of the time you're going to be inhaling on the back bend or extension of the spine, opening the front of the body and the organs, and you'll exhale to contract the front of the organs. When we do, say, a chaturanga, you may reverse that breath, inhale, push up, exhale, go down. There will be subtle movements where we'll change it up, but for the majority of the time, anytime you back bend or open the chest, you're inhaling, and exhale when you forward fold. Okay? So we'll start seated. And we can just start with a few hip circles again, as we normally do. Inhale into the back. And exhale, hold the belly in. Connect your breath to your movement. And that's when you'll find the best results. Because we're breathing into the body, we're breathing into the cells, we're opening the body as we do the movement. And remember, we have four parts. We have the inhale, the expansion, the sustain or the retention at the top of the breath. That's the expansion. Then the exhale, and the sustaining or the retention at the bottom of the breath. Where that's where you'll find the let go, the elimination, at the bottom of the breath. So inhale to fill prana, chi. At the top of the breath, you're still expanding, stretching, lengthening. Then as you exhale, softening. But at the bottom of the breath is where you let go. Okay, yeah, you're gonna feel it there. Right, if you cat-cows, and while we're seated, you can switch the crossing of your legs. Inhale forward into the heart and the thymus gland, the lungs on either side. Smiling confidence, courage. Exhale. Contract the belly and solar plexus. Suspending at the bottom of the breath. Contract the right and left side. Inhale forward. 3 to 5 seconds. Holding for 1 to 3 seconds. Feeling the expansion, feeling the stretching. Being patient with your breath and your movement. And then exhale. Begin your movement. One to 3 seconds at the bottom. Let's bring our arms into it. Inhale, arms up. Stretching the wrists. Circling the wrist. And exhale off to one side, lateral bend, half moon. Pull the belly in. Connecting with your breath. So inhale begins the movement. Pushing away as you expand. And exhale, softening. And full retention or full suspension. Sustaining at the bottom of the breath. Inhale as you come up. Bring the arms up as well. And so right now we're just practicing, focusing on, I know I'm talking at the same time, but at the same time as I exhale, that's when I'll begin my movement. And once I finish the breath, I'm finishing the movement. So try to time and pace yourself with your breath. This will get you in connection with your spirit body. Touching down as I sustain or I hold at the bottom. Inhale. Feel the expansion from the belly to the ribs to the holding of the breath, but I'm still expanding. I'm still pushing out, stretching out of the face, the neck, the chin. I'll move to continue that stretch and that expansion, and exhale, softening. I'm already starting to soften before I even exhale. But I try to reverse that again. Breath before movement, breath before movement. Exhale all the way down. Hold for 1 to 3 seconds at the bottom, and inhale to come up. Lengthening, feel it how at the top of the breath it's almost pushing out of the eyes, pushing out of the cheekbones. As you're smiling, you're softening. Exhale, relax, and let go. We can shake the legs out. Dandasana, when the legs are out here. Reverse your palms and stretch the palms and wrists. Just adjust you guys there. Flex your toes to inhale and pull up on the back of the knees. That stretching is pulling the kidney energy up, so opening the kidney channels. And the wrists here for the hips too as well. Inhale. Breathe into the back of the knees, the thighs, the feet. Flex the toes. Open the chest. Expand out of the heart. You look to your right. Exhale, soften, relax your feet. Inhale again, flexing the toes. Look the other direction. Exhale to soften, relax, and let go. Switch the directions of your wrists. Press into the thumbs, press into the pinkies. Right. And let's go out to Ajna Shirshasana while we're here on the floor real quick. One side, here palm up. Inhale and open up the arm. Rotate, open the chest. Exhale, touching down. Inhale, moving up again. So each time, let's focus on the breath again. Focus on the movement as you touch. Retention. Inhale. Time it to the full stretch. Hold. Open. Exhale. Rotate. Hold. Continue to relax. Fully out the back and the hamstring. Back of the knee. Inhale. One more time, looking up. Sinking deeper into the stretch. Inhale, expanding through the stretch here, lengthening through the spine in the right side. Feel it completely until you feel the stretch of the neck and the face, the crown of the head. And that's where you're going to sustain or hold at the top. Then exhale. Belly in, 5, 4, 3, 2, belly in, 1, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rotate and turn towards the leg. Holding, expanding. 2, 3, exhale, chest, belly. Feeling the stretch, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then we can stay here for one breath. Inhale into the crown of the head. Subtle movement, but I'm lengthening, opening up the chest, and flex the toes while you do that. Holding at the top of the head, I should feel my expansion here and through the feet, so flexing the toes still. Exhale, 5, 4, softening. Staying in the same spot, but softening. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Notice how I lengthened on that sustain, on the retention or the sustaining at the bottom. Inhale as you come up. We're gonna bring the hips up too, so you can exhale and soften for a second, and then inhale, we're gonna rotate and lift the hips. Inhale and lift the hips. Sorry guys, I'm too close to the camera there. Holding, stretching, opening, reversing that hip. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As we hold at the bottom, we switch. We extend our arms and inhale. Holding for 1, 2, flexing the foot. 3, exhale, folding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touching, relaxing, releasing. Inhale. 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly in, belly in, belly in. Relax. Sink. Inhale. 4, 5. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding, releasing. Inhale, flat back to the other direction. Exhale and fold. Bend into the knee, inhale, flat back to come up. And then lifting the hips. Place the hand behind you, my left hand behind me, right hip, right arm up. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and right. Let's swing that leg back and come back into tabletop position. And from our tabletop, we can again stretch the wrists here. So in the same position here, stretching the wrist side to side, the palms open, similar to the Dandasana we were in. Inhale, sinking back. Holding, expanding through the palms, through the elbows. Feel the aura of the arms. There's energy, all nadis or all energy points of the body. We have our heart meridian and our lung on either side, so you can tap into feelings of love and strength. Again, inhale, expanding out the ribs and shoulders. Pull the shoulders back, chest. Smiling, look to your right, look up, look down, exhale down, inhale, look up, slowing the breath down, holding at the top, holding at the bottom to feel the expansion and the relaxation and the let go, lengthening through the crown of the head, pulling out of the shoulders and the wrists, and rock side to side. Switch the thumb down, pinky high. Sit back in your child's pose. Pinky down, thumb high. Cool. All right, let's come back into a down dog. Down dog. From here, really good to be in down dog, to be upside down. It's good for the blood, the heart, the brain. Reversing the aging, tension in the face from the heart pulls frowning. Any negative emotions are gonna to kill us, essentially. So feel good, smile, be upside down, laugh, breathe into your face. Any place that's tight that you're feeling hard to breathe into, we want to try to get more oxygen into those places of the body. Alright, let's work on the leg and work on our abs and kind of our hips too. So work on the glutes a bit. So the leg's gonna come up. I want to inhale and bring my leg straight up. When I do this, if it's in the middle, there's two ways we can do this. I can go straight up in the middle, okay? Or I can go out to the side and open the hip, okay? We're gonna go straight in the middle, and what I want to do is press into my bottom heel and then kick into the top heel and point my toe almost inward in order to stay straight. Otherwise it's gonna kind of go out to the side. So point your toes in and press back. Exhale, we're gonna come down and bring our knee to our nose and point our toe. So notice my toe there, I point my toe, exhale. Inhale, as soon as I inhale, kicking through the foot. Inhale, kick through the heel. Inhale, press into the bottom heel and into the top heel. Inhale, exhale, point your toe, flex your toe, knee to nose, exhale, crunch and hold for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Hold it here, press into the hip, maybe rotate a little bit, that's okay. And exhale, point your toe, hold for 3, 2, 1, inhale. Really stretch the back heel, open up the hamstring, the kidneys, adrenal glands. Exhale, point and flex the toe. Hold and contract the belly. 3, 2, 1 more. It's okay, it's good to really force the breath, control the breath. Exhale, activate the muscles of the breath, the body. Inhale to release. Exhale to release. There. And drop down into child's pose. Release off of the wrists there. And turn the thumbs over again. Thumbs down, pinkies high. Full inhale. Smiling, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the face. Exhale. Softening the shoulders. The bottom of the breath. Turn the hands over, pinkies down, thumbs high. Inhale. Can rock side to side at the top. And exhale. Releasing, pressing into the palms as you inhale to come up. You can come all the way forward to up dog if you'd like. And exhale back. Let's go back to our down dog. Alright, again here on the other side, let's work with the leg. Connecting the breath to the movement, movement to the breath, energy. Connecting to our energy to calm our energy, calm our mind, our subconscious mind. Let's go ahead and go for the other leg. Inhale, leg straight to the sky, kick into the heel. Point and flex your toe. Press into the bottom heel too as well. Stay here for a breath. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Kick through both heels. Maybe open up the hip, that's okay, but then point and flex the toe inward. Let's go. Knee to nose. Crunch and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Kick through the heel. Hold at the top. Feel the stretch of the hamstring, the back of the knee. Point and flex your toe. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna hold a little longer than that. Inhale. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 4, 3, 2. Hold. 1, 2, 3. One more. And exhale, release, relax, put the foot back down. Drop to your knees. And come up to hero's pose. Alright, so really forcing the, kind of holding the breath in a sense, but not holding the breath. So I think there's two ways to be to teach somebody. There's also two types of students. The very aggressive student that wants to push forward and you got to slow them down, or the one that's kind of scared and hesitant to go forward and you got to push them forward. I'm more of the coach that likes to root you on and say just try it, feel it, experience it. But there are contraindications with everything. If you have high blood pressure, be sure to not try to hold or contract because of the arteries and the heart, and you don't want to do like any really tight hold contractions. So the breath work, just be mindful of that. And the other one is if you're pregnant, of course. But I'm sure right off the bat you guys are already mindful of that stuff, and you're already like, oh, I couldn't do that, I can't do that. So just trying to push you guys to do a little bit more with the breath. Really hold the breath and then hold the breath out, and work on both ends of using the breath with your movement. Can be really beneficial to the whole vascular system. I mean, off the bat you probably felt like it was like boom, 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 boom. Your heart starts to race when you start to hold your breath out and things like that. So that's why it's good for the heart, because it helps to it's a controlled stress. It's a controlled stress. It's not like you're stressed out for a long time subconsciously, and you don't know that you're like killing yourself. So what we're doing is we're doing exercises to break into that and break that cycle up. So the breath is a subconscious autonomic thing that happens, right? You don't need to think about using your breath, but when we start to use our breath in our movement and think about it in terms of that, I'm trying to get the light out of there. Anyway, I think I gotta press it. No? Anyway, so yeah, using your breath in movement. So expanding. Yeah, question. Got a question here. Go ahead. So, just waiting for that question. When you say release at the end of the exhale, when you say release. Oh, good question. So when at the end of the exhale, can you explain? Yeah, I don't know if you guys can feel it, because it's really, you have to feel it. So I'm trying to explain it, but I'm trying to explain, so at the top of the breath, I'm going to start at the other end. So as you inhale, there's two things that can happen. I can sink into this like, see how I contracted downward? I don't want to do that. I want to continue to expand with my inhale, right? So I inhale and I contract, or inhale and allow your body to just keep kind of floating. See how I didn't contract? I held my breath, but I'm floating outward. And then at the end of that, okay, see how I'm not breathing, I'm not exhaling anymore, but I'm still like, I'm floating down into that. There's this like mystical kind of space when you're not breathing, if I don't contract. And then now, so what happens is when you hold your breath out for too long, you start to get this like, like scared feeling, right? Your like body starts to go into like, oh shit, I don't have any breath, right? It starts to happen. So that's where we start to get the training of our mind, training our subconscious mind to be able to last with no breath. That is where the true, and they say that at the bottom of the breath is actually where you get in connection with God. They say that the bottom of breath is where you're letting go, you're practicing faith, you're practicing the strength of your will, right? It's not like the inhale where you're, I got air, I can last up here for a long time, I can last for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you know. And then obviously doing that too at the top of the breath, there's that moment where you're like, and it's like pressing and it's contracting and your heartbeat's going, and like there's the opposite side of it too. But just having that control. So that's what we're doing. Sorry, I didn't read that. What was that? Do you feel relaxed? Oh, can you explain? Do you feel relaxed, like no contraction on the heart and lungs with that release? Yeah, you should be relaxed and not feel a contraction on the heart or the lungs on both the top and the bottom, and that's what we're practicing to do. The average person, the average individual, you're gonna your mind's gonna freak out and you're gonna contract right away. You're gonna contract and tighten up, because that's what our subconscious like programming is, to tighten up when shit happens. But if we relax when shit happens, that's when the power happens. That's when the flow happens. That's when you didn't step in between that moment and you just allowed it to happen, and it happened effortlessly. God stepped in. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to relax our body and muscles to be able to breathe without contraction, right? By inhale, I'm expanding, I'm not contracting. Am I exhaling? I'm softening, I'm letting go, I'm not contracting. I'm inhaling, expanding, smiling, and I soften, I just follow with it. And there's also something too. If you soften before you release the exhale, then you'll throw yourself off too. So that's also kind of what happens as well. So anyway, keep practicing it. I can feel, because I just kind of jumped that. That was weird with my body, but you can always kind of reset yourself. So I'll exhale, soften, just let everything go, and then inhale. And it gives me, there's this like little buzz that happens. I can feel like a buzz, like like, yep, you did it right. You're buzzing, you know. So anyway, it's a practice. It's something to think about for sure. The breath work, the movement. That was Yoga 1. That was kind of cool. I mean, I've known about this feeling, and obviously I'm teaching it, telling it, or explaining it at least, explaining my experience and what I do. But yeah, that's how it feels. And that's kind of cool. There is a buzzing sensation. There is this. And see how when I talk and I talk and I talk but I don't breathe, I feel this weird feeling in my heart too. It's like it's contracted for so much. So just be mindful of that, you know. Are you contracting daily too much, or are you seconds? It's weird. It's cool. Anyway, I'm tapping into it. Much respect, you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you're tapping into it as well. If you have any feelings like that, let me know. Yeah, and stay tuned. I'll see you guys later today at 1 o'clock, where we'll be working on abs 2. Until then, see you guys.